everybody, it's Ricky from Ricky's Pretties, and Michael's had their florals on sale this week, so I decided to get some things and make a spring wreath. This would be a good project for Mother's Day. I know there's a lot of wreath makers out there. I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm just going to do my own thing. This is what my idea has led me to do, and so I just thought I would share it with you what I'm going to do. I don't like mesh. You will probably never see me make a mesh wreath or use it hardly ever for anything because I literally can't stand the way that it feels. It feels like rough sandpaper to me, and I don't like working with it. So yeah, I like the traditional natural looking grapevine wreaths, and so that's what we're going to do. I have this garland that I got. Now everything that I'm telling you about, this is half price. And I think it was like 12. I've already taken the tag off of it, but I think it was about 12 bucks. So I paid 6. And then this one still has the tag on it. It was $12.99, so I paid $6.50. And then I got this one at the Dollar Tree before it became $1.25 tree. Because now everything's $1.25, don't you know? And so, but this was actually $1, and this was $1.25 because I just got it yesterday. This is a scarf, and I thought instead of using ribbon, I'm going to make a bow out of this just because I like the colors and I thought it was pretty. So we're going to use that for a bow. I have some chenille stems. I like to either use zip ties, which is my preferred method of attaching items to a wreath. But I'm out of them, and I didn't want to go to another store to get them. I already have these, so this is what I'm going to use. And then I have another little bush that I got at Michael's. This one was $9.99, so I paid about $5 for it. So altogether, I got 20% off on the wreath, and because I purchased it online and they had 20% off, and then I just went and picked it up. So altogether, I think my total was probably around $21 for this, which would, you know, be really nice for Mom if you wanted to make one for Mother's Day. So with that, what I'm going to do is go prep everything. I'm just going to be, what I do is on the stems that have the leaves that push up or down, I will push them up and cut them about here so that I'll have something to stick into the grapevine. And for things like this, let me see, where was that one at? This middle one here is a good example. See how this leaf is way down here? I'm probably not going to use all of, you know, I don't need that much length. So I'm going to snip this one, I'm going to snip this one, I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm going to cut it down here so I can use this leaf somewhere. So that's how I'm going to be cutting these up. And then when I get done prepping, I will be back and I'll show you what we're going to do. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, I've got everything cut up. I've got the light pink flowers here. I've got the little, the berries over here. I have my roses here. I have my scarf here that we're going to be working with. And I've got the greenery, which I'm going to apply first. But if you'll look at this, you'll see how all the leaves are going in one direction. For this wreath, I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it about right here. My cutters will work. Now I can get these going in opposite directions where they're kind of both going this way. That's what I want. And I'm going to start down here. What I typically do is just kind of poke my end under. And then I will secure it with a chenille stem or a zip tie if you have zip ties. Just like so. It doesn't have to be super duper tight, it just has to be on there. And you don't want it tight, you know, you just want to kind of let it vine around. Try not to tie it to anything on top, you know, go under because you want the leaves to hide it as much as possible. You want the chenille stem to be hidden. We're going to cut these off in a minute. we'll do it as we go because they're kind of hard to see. And I don't want pokey ends sticking up at me, so I'm just going to poke it under. If all else fails, use your needle nose pliers. That's why I like zip ties, because they're a little easier. They're stiffer. So they're easier to poke down in here. And then back up through, so. And I'm just going to put those two just to poke that down in there too. There's not a good place to secure it where it won't show. You know, don't worry about it because we can always cover it up with something else. But try to, you know, obscure it with something, a leaf or, you know, strategic placement is everything with these chenille stems. They're brown. They're not going to show up that much if they do show, but, you know, you don't want them to show if you can help it. Let's see, that one's going to show a little bit, but we're going to cover it up with something. Here. Sorry, I'm trying not to get my whole entire body in the way. But I thought it'd be easier if I just kept the wreath going in the same direction rather than turning it around. For you guys, anyways. So you don't get lost, you know, about where I'm doing and which way's up and which way's down. That's not one to poke in right there, so let's go on this side. Get it to poke down in there. There we go. And I'm just going to poke that in under. It's kind of a tough spot to get to. Now I'll just kind of fluff it up. Alright, I'm going to take me a little mini break, go check on something I have in the oven, and when I get back, we will continue with our wreath making adventure. Alright, so we're back, and what I'm going to do now is, before I put anything else on here, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to place a hanger on it. This is optional. Your doorknob hanger, whatever you have, will stick into this, and you'll be able to hang it that way. But I like to do this. I just like to loop a chenille stem around and just twist it a few times, and there is a hanger. That's the perfect way to hang that. It'll hang over most, like command hooks or whatever you've got, and it won't show. All right, so now, oops, I forgot to cut the tag off of there. I see it. Bye-bye tag. I forgot it had one on there. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Okay, so now we have, let's see, where's our hanger? There. Okay, now the next important step is to determine where you want, if you're going to put a bow on it, where do you want your bow to go? Do you want it to go here? Do you want it to be offset? Do you want it to go here? Which is where I'm going to put it. And this way you can determine where all of your flowers are going to go. Let's make sure that's up there. And to make this bow, all I'm going to do is, I'm going to use a long one because I don't know how far I want this to go through here. I'm going to leave a little tail on this. And then I'm just going to kind of loop it, make a loop, make another loop, and another loop, and another loop. And, well, I've left too much tail in there. Okay, so our loops have to be bigger, obviously, or our tails have to be bigger. So we want it to be even on both sides. So let's try that again. We're going to loop it, loop it, loop it, loop it. There we go. Now we have more tail. Do I want that much tail? Or do I think I want less tail and bigger bow. So let's try it. Third time's a charm, y'all. Okay, so here's our tail. I'm going to loop it. I'm going to make bigger loops. Loop it, and loop it. And there we go. That's pretty much what I wanted it to look like. I've got two little short tails and a big fluffy bow. And so that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to tie it real tight. If you tie it tight enough, it's not going to show. If it does show, you can put a little piece of bling in the middle of it. And I might do that anyway, but I'll figure that out later. Right now, I'm just going to tie it real tight. Tie it tightly. Just like that. And see what I mean? It's not even going to show. And now I'm going to just poke this. See this chenille stem? I'm going to hide that. I'm going to go ahead and just poke this down through here all the way. If I can get it to go. I can't see. Usually I can feel, but I can't. That's going the wrong way, that's why. Okay. Now, that's on there, and I'm going to show you the other side. And see where that's come out. And we're just going to tie it real tight right there. Okay. Oh, that's not going anywhere. All right. And we have ourselves a big fluffy bow. Isn't that cute? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and place our flowers right. And if by chance we did get this off center, it's real easy to just move this. You know, if you need to slide it over or whatever, you can do that. So don't worry. There's always a way to fix it. But I think we're pretty close. So there's our big fat bow. I love it. It works. And now we're going to go ahead and put our focal flowers in. These are the focal flowers. The biggest flowers in your stash are the focal flowers. And I've got one oddball up here. And we'll do something with that here in just a minute. This one needs a leaf that goes with it because of the way I had to cut it. And I was always taught to work in threes. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. Now I've taken these, instead of having them straight, I've bent all of them just a little bit so that they face up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide that in. I'm not gluing yet. I'm just going to slide it in. I'm going to place these first so that I can see if I like where they are before I glue anything. And you don't have to glue them. You know, if you don't want to glue them, you most definitely do not have to do that. Absolutely do not have to glue. Okay, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to continue with that. So this one, I'm going to put this one kind of in the middle or outside. We're just going to kind of mirror that. I'm going to go a little higher because I've got that other guy over there too. 1, 2, 1, 2. Might move this guy over just a hair. And that's another reason I don't like gluing it, because I never know. Maybe I want to move something. I might not like where something is. And I think I'm going to move this one over just a little bit too. Just so it's kind of more here than there. Okay, I like that better. And now this guy I'm going to put up here. And I'm going to put his leaf in here. Just like that. Okay, that's pretty. And I might move this one again, just because I want more of that. I want a little more space between these two. Just going to kind of move it over a little bit. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. So I've got 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this is our little oddball. And do I want it to go on this side, or do I want it to go over here? I think I'm going to put this one over here. Just kind of up towards the, there we go, towards the bow, kind of. And then I've got these little deals, little oddballs, and I'm probably going to glue them in. Okay. I'm not sure I like where that is. Indecisive all the time. I'm going to put it more towards the outside. There we go. I like that better. That's what was wrong with it. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go in behind it and glue. It doesn't take a lot. You just need a little bit just to kind of, to where it touches something. And you don't want it to show, so you want to get it behind the flower. All right. And this one. And that's really all it takes. Okay, now I'm going to put this guy, he's shorter, I'm going to put him in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some on him because he's so skinny. This little stem is so skinny, I'm just going to go ahead and stick a little glue on him. Try not to get this everywhere, especially not on the bow because it's going to be hard to get off of that. That's why you need to be careful once you get your bow on there. Okay, I do like that very well. I like it very much. All right, now we are ready for our secondary flowers. If that glue stick would stay in, that would be great. Okay, so I've got 3 of these. And I have 3 of these. And I've got 3 of these oddballs. So we've got 3 different things that we need to place. And I tend to like these guys kind of sticking out like that. Kind of. But now you can shape these because they have wires in them. So like if I want that to stick up a little bit, I can do that. Or if I want this behind that and I want this to stick up over it, I can do that and put it in like that. Which is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I like that better. I actually like where that is, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue it because I like it. I don't think I'm going to want to move it. Okay, and since that one's here, I need to put this one over here. And then I'm going to put another one up here because we're working in 3s. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're going to put this guy in there. I want that not to show. We'll kind of tuck it back. Yep, I like it. Glue stick to stay in here. And I'm just going to kind of glue down in behind it so it stays. And now I've got this one here. It's got fuzzy on it. And we're going to put it up here. Now be mindful of the way these go, you know, because your wreath flows this way. So you don't want to be putting them, you know, if it was up here, it could go this way, which I might do, but that's just kind of got a lot going on right there. So I think I want it really more over in here because I've got kind of a bigger bare area. So I want it to go this way with the flow of this wreath. And move that leaf out the way so I can get that jammed down in there, hopefully. And that's what you got to do, is just kind of stuff it in there. Because sometimes they don't want to go where you want them to go. But that's where I want it to go, and it's going there. Whether it likes it or not. Okay. And now it's not going anywhere. It's got glue on it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and place our other little pinksters here. And these are going to go kind of opposite of where these are. So obviously I've got me a little spot up here that needs something. Right there. So I think I'm going to put that there. We're going to glue behind so it doesn't show. Sometimes it's good to kind of sit back and take a good look at it and see where you want things. Okay. And I think I'm going to put that one there. Let's see what this looks like. It's a bare spot, so I'm going to put something here. I think I want this more here. Okay, I like that, so I'm going to glue these in place now. Alright. I'm going to save these kind of for last so I can stick them around. I think I'm going to stick them around the outside maybe. Oh no, let's go ahead and use them. Let's just go ahead. I like things to kind of stick out off of our wreath here. And I'm going to put this one right up here. I know where I want it to go. That looks cool. I like it. We could shape it out a little bit more where it sticks out more, even more than that. And I want this one to come off of this rose here. If I can get it to go in there. There we go. I like it. Let's go with it. Roll with it. Here, other one's up here. And then this one's over here. It's shaping up, y'all. It's shaping up. It's looking pretty, looking pretty. Okay, now we just need to stick these around to fill in space. So I've got a space there. And I have a space here on the inside. Like that. And then remember we're working in threes, so this one needs to go up here probably on the inside. There's not really much to stick him to right there though. Alright, so let's try that. That'll work. Okay, so I'm going to glue those. And I've got 3 more. I'm going to break my own rule up here, and I'm going to move. Actually, I'm not going to move. I'm just going to place this up here. Break my own rule. I usually try not to put 2 things that look alike together, but I think I'm going to need to right there because it needs something there. And that's what I'm going to do. This is hard to stick in here, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick it. I can get that to go here. It's not wanting to go. Get in there. Get in there, silly newty. Oh, my glue's starting to dry. Get in there. Boy, it's fighting me. Alright, let's try this one. Or this one. If at first you don't succeed, try again. It's being contrary. Alright, there we go. Let's glue it since it's in there. See, the other one just wasn't the right man for the job. And I see a good home for this one. Right here. I need another glue stick. And we've got one last little fella. Where shall he go? I think we'll just stick with the little theme here and we'll put him right here. It needs something right there. Get that to go. There we go. It's in there. All right, guys. Let's get this stuff out of the way. That is how it's done. and I love it. It's a great spring wreath. It'll look beautiful on the door. You would pay way more than this if you were to buy this at Michael's or Hobby Lobby already made, and now you don't have to because I've showed you how to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give this a try, and it's really, really easy. It looks like you did a lot, but really it's very simple. And so give this a shot. I hope you do. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate all of your comments very much. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. To those of you who already have, thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great week and a happy Mother's Day.